Most service businesses don't actually have a marketing problem. They have a target market problem. One business used this shift to create 135 pieces of content, reach 25,000 local people in 90 days, and finally become known for one specific type of customer without spending more money on working more hours. In this video, I'm going to show you why most businesses stay invisible online and the recognition framework that makes your target market easier to attract, trust, and refer. Because the goal of marketing is not reach, it's actually recognition. I'm Buck. I help service business owners who feel stuck in the weeds build systems that grow the business without everything depending on them. And this is one of the biggest problems I see. The problem usually isn't effort. It's that your marketing is built for everyone, and marketing built for everyone becomes invisible. When people hear generic marketing, they assume you're just interchangeable. Think about how most insurance agents introduce themselves. We do home, auto, life, and commercial. And that's stellar language. That describes services instead of problems. And that's why nobody remembers them. See, now let's take a contractor. Contractors aren't thinking about coverage limits. They're thinking about one mistake destroying everything that they built. And that fear is real. That fear is what people actually care about. Now, your website probably says things like trusted service, we put customers first, and solutions tailored to your needs. But the problem is, every other service business says that same thing too. Nothing about it is memorable. Nothing about it tells people who you're actually for. See, generalists describe products, and specialists, they describe a pain. So if a competitor could copy your website and nobody would notice, your positioning is invisible. So go ahead and open your homepage or social media bio. If a competitor can copy and paste your wording onto their business without changing much, your positioning is invisible online as well. And that's the problem. People buy faster when they feel understood. When your marketing sounds like everyone else, your business gets treated like everyone else as well. Nobody remembers you, so nobody refers you, and so every conversation you have turns into price. And you're going to stay busy, but nothing's actually going to compound. You're going to need more posts, more work, the same position, and the actual worst part, most businesses just keep posting, spending, and wondering why their sales don't grow because generic marketing resets every single week. Now, that's why I use what I call the recognition framework inside the See, Save, Smart system. You pick one market, you learn their top fears, use your exact language in your messaging, your content, and referrals, and you just repeat that week after week. And what happens is once people actually associate you with one specific problem, the marketing gets a lot easier. You start making more referrals get easier. You start building trust with your clients faster, and price actually matters less because that recognition compounds. And I learned this the hard way. I built something I thought that people actually wanted. Barely anyone bought. And the problem was language. I called it a hiring system. They wanted reliable people they could trust. It was the same type of problem, but completely different words. And that gap killed my course. I was speaking my language instead of theirs, and that's when I realized something dangerous. Expertise does not automatically create clarity. You can be incredibly good at what you do and still sound forgettable. And that's exactly what happens to most service businesses. See, here's the thing. You're doing the exact same thing right now. Your customers aren't searching for technical terms. They're searching for relief from a problem. And that's the language that matters. It's not yours, it's theirs. Most businesses think they need better content. And usually, they just need clear positioning. Because content only works when people instantly recognize that this is for me. And the fastest way I found to stop being invisible is to steal the exact words your market already uses. And honestly, if this kind of positioning and marketing strategy is what you're trying to figure out right now, go ahead and hit subscribe. Because this is the stuff that actually changes your businesses. It's not more AI hacks. It's not more random content ideas. It's actual positioning for your brand. And that starts with deciding who you actually want to become known for. A target market isn't who you refuse to serve, it's who you choose to become known for. Broad marketing gets attention, and specific marketing gets remembered. That's it. And remembered businesses get referred. Generic businesses get compared on price. And once you really understand this, the Say Smart framework starts making way more sense. Because most service businesses try to market before deciding who they want to own in that particular market. See, when you become the go-to insurance agent for HVAC contractors in your city, everything changes. One contractor is going to tell another. Your name comes up naturally. You become the first person they think of because you speak their language and you solve a specific problem. When a business sounds identical, price becomes the only difference. And the dangerous part here is generic marketing can still look productive. You can stay busy posting, busy networking, busy quoting, and still not get sales. But once you know your target market, every part about anything you post gets easier. And this is where the recognition framework fits inside Say Smart. See, C gets attention. Safe builds trust, and smart drives action. But none of it works without the recognition. And without a target market, this whole thing kind of falls apart because that framework has no anchor. So here's what this actually looks like. You're going to pick one market, and you're going to talk about the problems they already think about. You're going to answer those problems every single week in your content. And over time, people start associating your business with solving that problem. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's timing, and that's when referrals start happening naturally, because without recognition with your target audience every week they start from zero, and you're just making more work for yourself. The system only works once you decide who you're becoming known for. So pick your niche. This is the way we do it. We're going to look at your current clients. Who are your easiest to work with? Who's most profitable? Where do your best referrals already come from? Look for that pattern, and that's your starting point. And if that pattern doesn't match where you want to go, choose the direction you want to move forward toward instead. Your niche and target market is a decision. It's not a discovery. So use that audience's exact language, and that's when people start to remember your business. See, the service businesses and agencies that I see growing the fastest aren't the loudest online, but they are the most recognizable. They're the ones who become impossible to ignore for one specific type of client. So here's what you do. You're going to pick that one market. You're going to learn their language, go to Reddit, go to Facebook groups, but build your messaging around their specific words. And that's how you stop competing on price and start compounding on your trust. Because recognition is what makes marketing finally start to move into sales. And if you want to know more on how to position your agency this way, hit subscribe for new videos every week.